morning, everyone. Welcome to Mojo Quilts and More. My name is Angelique Shaw. I'm the owner and Longarm Quilter. Today's project is working on a beautiful handmade piece by Sunshine Joe Mallard. Sunshine Joe Mallard is a local quilter and artist, fiber artist here in the Kentucky area that is famous for his very detailed and intricate quilts. I'll show you this piece I'm getting ready to work on. I'll lay it down so you can really get the full effect, but this entire panel is hand embroidered and quilted. So the name of this piece is called Redeem, and as you can see, he has embroidered all types of words in here. The light of the world, joy to the world, let there be light, and as you can see a close-up, all of this is hand embroidered. Now, as a male quilter, Sunshine Joe always tries to put some type of tie imagery or actual ties in his quilts. And another thing that stands out is the moose. His studio is called J Moose Stick and Needle. And this name was given to him by a child when he was teaching them and working with them and showing them about the quilting arts. And also his name, Sunshine Joe, was given to him by a little child in school because they say he brought the sunshine. And if you've ever met him, and here's the signature by Joe, and here's his sunshine embroidered. If you've ever met him, he really is a beautiful person inside and out, and he really does bring the sun. Now, quilting these on the Longarm presents a little bit of a challenge. He usually has buttons, appliques, here he's got charms. So I have to manually free motion quilt these because of all the different things that are on top of the quilt. So this is not something I can put on the machine and program an edge-to-edge computer program to do it, because it will get caught in some of these details that are on his quilt. So this is my project for today, and I can't wait to get started on it. Okay, so I'm done stitching it down on the Longarm, and what that does, it takes a lot of the puckering and the waviness out. So now I'm going to trim this down because I will do a facing and turn all this over so his design goes right up to the edge. I'm also going to put a sleeve on it for him and finish all this up, and I think it came out really good. I don't go over the tie, and I don't go over his big appliques. I went around the sun, and I went around these buttons and the sunflower. I like to use the big cup foot on my machine because it doesn't get caught on all the little embroidery threads. I've tried using different feet on my machine, and they would always get under. So the cup foot works really well for me. finished. This is what it looks like from the front. And on the back it has the facing and the sleeve. I had enough fabric to make the sleeve in the same color as the facing. So it's all ready to go. I will message him and tell him his redeemed quilt is ready to be picked up. This is probably the 5th quilt of his project we've worked on together. I know I did a custom jean jacket for him and maybe 4 quilts. This is the smallest one I've done so far. His quilts typically take him 3 to 5 years to finish with all the handwork that he does on it and the beading and buttons and the ties and just the different embellishments that are on them, and they're challenging to quilt. I only had 2 thread breaks on this one today, so that was pretty good. My machine stitches over it pretty well with that cup foot, and I usually don't have much problems. So I'll let him know it's ready for him to be to pick up, and when he comes, I'll see if he'll let me video his reaction. All right, happy quilting, everyone. Talk to you soon. All right, so I'm here with Sunshine Joe, and he's gonna look at his quilt redeemed. So, take it out of
the That is just excellent. Wow. Take a look at this, Janice.
And he brought his lovely wife with him, Janice.
Come take. Oh, they don't want to
She
be
don't
on
want
the
to be on the video.
Oh,
Okay, we're back. All right.
Now we're going to turn it so everybody can see it.
Do you love it? Are you happy with it?
I'm very happy with it.
Awesome.
I'm very pleased with it. And I can honestly say that since we met, there's nobody else that can finish my quilts and tapestries. Your work is outstanding, it's beautiful, and I'm perfectly satisfied.
Awesome. Thank you.
Perfect.
Just for the fans out there in the social media world, just tell them a little bit about yourself and how long you've been quilting, if you don't mind.
No. I started quilting in my early 20s, but I was exposed to quilting as a young child in Mississippi. My great-great-grandmother, who was a former slave, lived in my home. And I was too skinny to play football or basketball. So I would walk home from school and tell my great-grandmother, who would be on my front porch making quilts, how rejected I felt. So she pulled me to her side and she said, don't worry about what other people say you cannot do, but I want you to find something that you can do and do it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I would do quilting at the moment. She would let me thread her needles because her eyesight was growing dim. And after I was in my early 20s, I saw Rosie Greer on the Mike Douglas show doing needlepoint. And I said, if a big guy like that can do it, a little skinny guy like me can do it. Went out and bought needle and thread, and from that point,
That's history,
yeah. So since that time, I've done work for Mikhail Baryshnikov, Mayor Charles Evers, Dick Gregory, Jimmy Carter, and I've just completed one that I completed it a few years ago, but this particular quilt chronicles the first 4 years of President Barack Obama's administration, and it's going to his presidential life. So
I'm so
really
excited for you for
really
that.
excited.
And your work is truly groundbreaking, memorable, authentic American, and it definitely deserves to be showcased in museums for sure. And I'm honored to be a part of a little part of your work and your history, and I really appreciate you letting me work on these with you.
At this point, I don't know anybody else can do what you do, because You compliment my work. There's very little impressions of what you do on the front, but the back, well, you cover that too, but you can see it. Your work complements mine, and it doesn't take away from
Right.
it. It's not overpowering, so.
And when the video's all put together, and you can see it on YouTube, I talk about how I go around
Yeah,
your elements, that I can't just set it on the computer
Right,
program and let
right.
the computer do it, because you have different things, so I
Right.
have to be
Yeah.
aware of that, and I have to go around them and
Right.
enhance them, and just be careful. And I don't go over your ties.
right,
I don't go over any big patches. I just kind of go around them and highlight them. I always try to go around the letters, the big letters, so they kind of pop out.
yeah,
But
yeah. But you know just exactly what to do. You know exactly what to do, and you do it well, so I'm real happy, real
awesome.
pleased.
Well, thank
All
you
right.
so much, and
Thank
for
you.
allowing me to videotape you.
Thank you.